Live from Los Angeles. Welcome to Good Morning LaLaLand. I'm Dr. Erin.
Hi, I'm Rob Mack.
And I'm Jez Moyer. This is Good Morning LaLaLand, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Now also available on Apple TV and Roku. It's going to be a Good Morning LaLaLand.
Right, today's all about Thought Thursday. We're taking a quantum leap in our thinking. We're going to talk with one man about what the mindset is to be an influencer. We're going to talk with the first ever NBA scout woman. Bring it on, and we're bringing fashion to the next level.
Woo, it's a party in here already.
It is a party in the studio. We are celebrating our 150th, right?
Yeah.
150
Somewhere around there.
episodes. Somewhere around there. We've
Lost
had
count.
hundreds of guests, built this incredible community here at the Focus TV family. We're so excited because our little mascot is here today.
Bring her
Miss
on.
Zoe, Zozo, come on for your cameo, darling. We had her on as one of our first special guests, and she's been a important part of our Focus family. So we wanted to welcome her back to the show. Look at her.
Come here, babe.
She's like, I'm not getting paid to do this.
I know. She makes Erin and I look bad. She
here,
just
Zoe.
steals the attention
Come here, Zoe.
every morning. Speaking of special guests, we have a very special group of guests here with us today. We want to welcome to the show. Good morning. Back in the studio, we have Nadia Lee. She is the creator of the Collectin app. Ulysses, good morning. He is breaking social media with his PR. And Ms. Bonnie Jill. Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the show.
That's right. So here on Good Morning LaLaLand, we like to know, how do you start your day? What's your morning routine like? Bonnie, I'm very curious. Let's start with you.
I don't go a morning without getting up and working out. I go straight to either Orange Theory or boxing, and that's how I start my morning. I gotta work out or I can't mentally or physically get going. So that's my routine.
You would kind of expect that from an NBA scout, wouldn't you?
Right.
And a sports reporter. It's incredible. It's awesome.
So on brand, isn't she, Ulysses, right? She is just walking her brand. Tell us, how do you start your day? What's your morning routine like? I have a feeling it's social media.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with reaffirmation. Before I kind of face the world, I have to face myself and know that I'm gonna be okay. Because on days that are on days that are bad, if I don't do that, it just kind of goes throughout the entire day of just downfall. So a lot of it is reaffirmation.
I love that.
Try to avoid myself as much as possible. Keep the lights off.
Yeah, gotta start with intention. Nadia, how do you start your morning? What's your routine?
I usually wake up and drink a cup of warm water with lemon, and then just a little bit of detox, and then I hop on my treadmill, and then I start reading all my emails. That's usually the typical day for me.
Eases into the day.
Exactly. I love it. Well, thank you all so much for being here. We're excited to talk to you more later in the show. So today is National #Selfie Day. I was late to the studio this morning because I spent about 45 minutes taking my #Woke Up This Way challenge. Claudia. Yeah, so we had I Am Fashion Lane on the show earlier this week to launch her viral campaign. And you're supposed to take a selfie, sans makeup, no filter, just as you are when you wake up. I slept in mascara. I'm not gonna lie, I blew out my hair last night. I thought, if I'm gonna wake up this way, I'm gonna wake up like I was born this way, Lady Gaga style.
Be ready so you don't have to get ready.
Exactly.
As Burrell Wilkes
Live
says.
your life ready. And I didn't post the photo, you guys. I couldn't do it.
Oh
I
my
couldn't do it.
It's okay. I never post a photo, so it's okay. It's okay.
Rob every morning gets his phone. He's about to Insta story, and I'm like, Rob, do it. Do it. I dare you to do it.
I'm like, nah.
Nah. So he just refolds the pocket square.
That's exactly. It's working pocket square. It's about the extent of my expertise right there.
Well,
so good.
It is a very special Thought Thursday too. So Lululemon is launching a Shop with a Cause campaign today. All of the proceeds are actually going to their Here and Be program, which is fostering meditation and wellness in the local communities. 100% of their online sales is going to that today.
I love that. So great. Oh my gosh, speaking of, so I went to Kundalini last night. I've been working so hard. I did go to the chiropractor yesterday. Highly recommend that. If your neck goes out, gotta have a chiropractor. But so then I was like, okay, I'm gonna really make sure I'm on it. I went to Kundalini last night. And I have to say, I was in the middle of a meditation. We're sitting there and you have to take your fingers like this and you have to go like this, so fast for, I don't know, it was probably 11 minutes. And I'm thinking, if anyone saw me right now, they would think we're completely kooky. What is this doing actually? It was amazing. I got completely.
And there's a whole room of people doing it.
A whole room of people sitting there like this for 11 minutes. It was really funny, but it's really amazing how meditation and just grounding, especially having it be 150th hello, episode, segment, day, whatever, live. I'm like, I got to get my daily practice on big time,
Yeah.
every day.
It's crazy. It can be kind of chaotic, right? If you don't do that,
Yeah.
the meditation.
Yeah,
How
I
about
took
you
a
guys?
note from Rob's book, and I actually tried to go to a workout class last night. I didn't have dinner plans for the first time in like forever, so I thought, what am I going to do with myself? So I took myself to the gym, went up to Equinox and Sunset Plaza, and I stood outside the class.
Just look through the window.
Yeah, I looked at the car. I had my new leggings on. I was ready for it. I was even wearing my jewelry still because, you know, I have to represent. I have my collecting on. And the teacher literally came outside and he's like, are you going to come in? I was like, are you going to kill me? And he's like, no, it's okay. And I was like, I've never done this before. So I went to my first spin class.
great.
And
That's
it was
awesome.
so cool because honestly, one, it was cheaper than therapy. Two, I cried. Three, the lights were off and nobody knew.
It's amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And I felt like a new person, you guys. I really did. I walked out of there and I was like, I have got this.
That's serious. Spinning,
It is,
there's
yeah.
no joke.
It's legit. Spin class is legit.
Yeah.
Done it a couple times.
Special thanks to our teacher, TJ. He really killed it. He threw a party last night at Equinox. I had a
Right.
good time.
Those spin classes are like parties sometimes,
It
right?
was.
Yeah.
It was turned up.
The
Yeah,
neon
love it.
lights, the high vibes, it's good. It's a workout.
I was just on my crying and my jewelry, but you know, it's okay.
Like, to be honest, half of us go to the gym just to, like, we get more done up to go to the gym probably than like anywhere
That's
else,
why I
right?
don't go to the gym.
I know, it can be exhausting.
Well, it is full of beautiful people.
That's true.
I will say
is.
that.
We have a lot of guests from Equinox. Big shout out to Equinox.
Thank you for including us in your community. Speaking of community, we want to cut to a break, and when we come back, we're going to continue the conversation. Stay tuned here on Good Morning La La Land. I'm Jessa Moye, co-host of Good Morning La La Land with my associate producer,
Victoria Simone.
and we are coming to you live from Bel Air, absolutely La La Land.
Yes, speaking of La La Land, who was on Good Morning La La Land?
This week was incredible. We got motivated by Natalie Ellis.
Yes, the OG boss babe.
And we perfected our tribe with Lori Harder. She's got a great new book.
Called A Tribe Called Bliss,
We talked to a great lifestyle dating coach, Miss Therese Germain.
founder of The Compass.
We also had on Stephen Barber. He
Yes.
is the founder of Vanilla Sky Productions.
Yes, and former military man.
We also featured Miss Sally Cologne.
Yes, she's a female director, producer, and documentarian, and a member of the Focus TV family.
We also had an incredible psychic reading with a world-renowned intuitive psychic, Rebecca Fearing.
Yes.
And we chose love with Seb Debo.
We also learned to let it go with our girl Shafali in the house. Let's look at a clip of her singing.
Emoji.
You were my sky, I was your prize. Was she worth the ride? Yeah. All this time, thought you were mine, mine. Yeah. I've been telling myself what I already know. Yeah. Already know. Yeah. Something about you got me so twisted. We could have ruled the world, baby, admit it. 'Cause baby, you know I'm yours. Baby, you know I'm yours. It's hard to let you go, yeah.
What? Love that song.
That girl can sing.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in to This Week in La La Land.
It's gonna be a good morning, La La Land.
I mean, clearly. Bye, guys.
Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are celebrating our 150th anniversary episode today. We're so excited to have you part of the show. We want to welcome back our special guest. Hello, welcome back there. We have Ms. Bonnie Jill, Nadia Lee, and Ulysses Osuna in the house. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So, in honor of the conversation on Thought Thursday, I'm wondering, is there a mantra, an affirmation that you say to yourself that really helps set your day and your intention? I know, Ulysses, you were mentioning that, right, earlier?
Yes, I actually have one. It's tattooed on the back of my ear, and it says it's a test. If you can see it that way, and I have it in the back of my ear because if I always have that in the back of my head, then I'll be okay. Like life is a test.
Oh, love that.
So that's
Love
my
that,
mantra.
right?
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah.
That's really powerful. Thank you for sharing that. Nadia, do you have a mantra or an affirmation you're living by?
Yeah, well, every day I just go to work, and the first thing I walk in, I say, hey, today I'm going to work like a champion. And then just really focus on what I need to do, and, and just really focus to get things done, make things happen. So that's kind of my mantra.
Life is a test. Live it like a champion. Bonnie, good luck following that.
I don't know if I really have a mantra that I do every morning. I am religious. I do say a prayer in the morning, and then I also just, wake up each day knowing that life is too short to make sure you, dream big, live big, and that you're always blessed every morning that you wake up.
Well, that's working well for you because we have this feature article here in the Focus magazine, and it says, Bonnie Jill, of all trades, master of every single one.
I don't know about that, but that's nice. That's very nice.
I think we know that that's very accurate. I'm excited to know what your secret is later in the show. So our friend Nacho Aramani gave me a mantra to live by, and it's grace, glory, and beauty.
Ooh, perfect.
Yeah,
Love
that's how I'm
that.
setting my intention for the day every morning.
You're
I
an
love
embodiment of that.
Oh,
You are.
thank you, Rob. I'm
Totally.
trying. I don't always feel that way, especially when I was trying to take my no makeup selfie this morning. That was going really well. But I'm really excited to be able to really try and focus on that and bring that into my intention every morning.
I love
Just
that.
love that.
So speaking of, we have we try and do wisdom every day. We have Monday motivation, Tuesday thought, transformation Tuesday, wealth Wednesday, thought Thursday, and Friday feeling. Today, of course, is Thought Thursday. So we want to talk about actually replicating ourselves, basically taking a quantum leap in our ability to do things in life. So whether you're, a stay-at-home mom and you just want to delegate some of the chores in the house, or whether you're an entrepreneur, whatever it is, we want to talk about some of those things, which is really, how do we replicate ourselves?
Yeah,
Cloning.
is that yeah, is that are we cloning ourselves?
Look for that, I think.
AI. No, just kidding. Spiritually, we're designed to allow the universe to work for us, which really means our real only work is to take inspired action and create harmony. So systems, of course, is really the key to replicating ourselves, being organized and being able to let that go, right? We don't want to control things, we don't want to outline things in our lives, but we want to do it with ease and grace, right?
Well,
So-
and since Rob and I weren't born with our natural wing woman, so we
You
were
weren't,
talking
that's
about
right.
the Kaplan twins yesterday. They're born with that, right?
Yeah.
So if we don't have our other half, our other twin, who do we find to replicate ourselves?
Right? It's almost like it's like a test, as we were talking about earlier. So how do we replicate ourselves? So it's really getting systems in place. And I just want to say and give it a shout out to technology is can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how we use it. But there's so many programs out there designed to help organize our lives, like Asana. There's Google Drive. There's all these platforms that help us replicate and put our systems into place. So right now, I don't know about you guys, but we've been working with interns and incredible people, and it's like you start going, what do I have to do every single step of the way? And I remember when I was in elementary school, they had us do this test, and they had us give instructions for eating ice cream. So you had to go, well, now you have to go to the freezer, and you have to open the freezer, and you take out the ice cream, and then you take a spoon, and you have to tell step by step what you do. And I remember I didn't say take the top of the ice cream off, so that teacher was like, well, that didn't work because you didn't tell me step by step. So imagine that you have to really explain what you do every step of the way to people that you're managing, right? So this is it demands you to grow. It demands you to bring more harmony and get systems in place.
Wow, good for you. I was the kid that either starved to death, okay, if I was required to do that assignment, or just go straight to the peanut butter jar and just eat it spoonful by spoonful. That's it.
You're
It's
like,
it's
ice cream?
exhausting thinking
I don't
about
need
doing that.
you. Yeah,
exactly.
No, honestly, I find that overwhelming to think if I have to break it down step by step. But it's so cool because you've really mastered that, Erin, and being able
I
to
know, it's
lead and teach and replicate yourself. I'm thinking, I don't even know about Google Drive, so I just hope Rob and I want to outsource that part.
We will hire that out.
Well,
I'm willing
you
pay
have to
for it.
hire a manager, or you have to learn. But even your manager is going to have to study you and study how the systems are and how each area. So it doesn't matter. The point is that we are here to experience ourselves fully and with ease and grace. So any part of your life where you're not feeling that, it's about helping others help you, and that's part of what we're here to do.
I'm really
Yeah.
good at stress
Right?
the ease part.
Erin's note so wisely says this: order is the first law of heaven.
Yeah, I said that. Just
I
kidding.
know, I'm giving you all the credit for that one, Erin.
I'll take that one. I wish I said that one.
It's good. So what would you think the question of the day would be today,
That's a
Erin?
great one. So I would say the question of the day is, how can you be a better you? How can you help others to help you? Because when we teach others, we help them grow, and we also release and delegate ourselves. So, even our children, helping them take more on in the household is important, right? So that they feel like they're a part of this whole team, and they grow and you grow.
Oh.
So
I've got my answer already, but I'm going to save it.
Oh, save it
how
for
can
the
you
end of the
replicate
show.
yourself? Okay, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get into the interviews and ask them. They probably have some of these answers. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Focus TV studios in West Hollywood. I'm Jessica Moyer, host of LA Unscripted and co-host of Good Morning LaLaLand, America's first live streaming daily talk show. And today I have the privilege to announce the latest issue of Focus magazine, and we're calling it the Empowerment Issue. These pages are filled with some of the most amazing personalities that are truly empowering others. On the cover is Ms. Kelly Gores, a filmmaker who's dedicated her work to empowering others to take charge of their own health and wellness and heal. We're also proud to feature Mr. Mark Teschner, a 9-time Emmy Award-winning casting director for General Hospital. I had the honor of interviewing Mr. Teschner at Prospect Studios, where he is empowering some of the most talented personalities in daytime television. It is an honor to feature Ms. Ellen Rakuten, a 13-time Emmy Award-winning producer known for her work empowering others through The Oprah Show and now in Red Table Talks. She is a true entertainment mogul, a loving mother, and an absolute empowerista. And speaking of empowerista, the creator of the Empowerista show herself, Ms. Alex Worley. And where can you find an LA dining experience that feels like home? Right in Encino on Ventura Boulevard. I had the honor of interviewing Chef Nigel at Davenport's, where it's good food, good friends, and great family. And Focus magazine readers now have a new morning routine. Bel Air is welcome to Mr. Warren Kalute, aka Chef Warren of Holy Juice, an incredible juice bar right at the Bel Air Glen Center. Also in this issue, Mr. Kim Vo, known as the best blonder in the business. No matter what celebrity he's working with, he always goes back to his roots. A special shout out to Ms. Lillian Garcia, who I had the honor to interview for the previous cover of Focus magazine. Part of her empowering tribe is From Music to Mindset with Arden Kaylin and Greg Sims with a practical goal-setting technique. And Elizabeth Winkler contributed a very empowering piece from Laura Wasser, who is changing the face with divorce because it's over easy. Also featured fellow TV host Ms. Lisa Torres, who's empowering us to live a very high vibe life. And not all heroes wear capes, and we're proud to feature Focus TV family member Ms. Sally Colon, the filmmaker behind Women Like Us documentary. And our travel editor, Ms. Wendy Brokaw, contributed a great piece about a chic hotel in the desert. Empowering us all to crack the code on social media, our friend, Ms. Emily Raber. And it was an honor to celebrate the 45th annual Daytime Television Awards. It was conscious conversation and red carpets, an epic week of glamour and giving back. I had the honor of interviewing some of the most prominent people and personalities in daytime television. A special thanks to Mr. Kent Speakman and Connect TV for partnering with Good Morning LaLaLand to empower us and entertain us. It's all empowerment in this issue of Focus magazine. We are the only magazine in the country that offers a full video library to complement our print features. Your favorite interviews are also available as a podcast on iTunes. I'm Jessica Moyer, and for all of the entertainment, enlightenment, and empowerment we share today, don't miss the latest issue of Focus magazine. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning LaLaLand. We are so excited because we have Ulysses Osuna in the house. He is the founder of Influencer Press. Congratulations, you have had such a massive success at such a young age.
21 years old, featured in Forbes as Young Entrepreneur 60. I mean, the list goes on. Entrepreneur, Success Magazine, Business.com, like you were everywhere.
Yeah, you're making me feel really good. Thank you.
Well, you've made everybody look really good. What's the genius behind your business?
Right. So it's strategic media placement, right? They come to us and they want to get featured for something, and my job is to extract how to do that in a way where it serves their client, who they want to be to the masses and to the general public. Because once you get on the media, its perception is reality, right? So if they see you as a certain person or certain persona, then that is who you are.
No pressure.
I mean, you pretty much summed up Hollywood in a nutshell right there. So you work primarily with influencers, correct?
Right, yes. Yeah, we work with influencers from the beginning. I knew if I aligned myself with those people, then it's kind of like a slingshot to the top in a way, right? Because you don't have to work in like the brick and mortar businesses or anything like that, and you get the rub-off effect from these high individuals, whether they're like influencers with thousands or millions of followers, or they're like high net worth individuals with like a lot of money and stuff like that.
So how does this happen for a 21-year-old? What tell us your story.
So I saw an ad on YouTube when I was around 17, and the ad was pretty much promising me the world. Like if I went through his program and all that type of stuff, I'd be a multi-millionaire like overnight.
You're talking about Ty.
No, not Ty. Yeah, a lot of people have seen Ty. This was before Ty.
Okay.
So I saw that ad, and at the time I didn't have the money to pay for his program, but there was like a shift, and that shift was like, okay, because I live in a small town where with 10,000 people, you don't really see that. You don't really see the Lamborghinis. You don't really see the mansions. You don't see that life that you can live. So once I was exposed to that, I was like, that's it. I made the decision, like, I'm gonna change my life. And that's how it started.
And then where did you go from there?
So I spent like 2 years of my life doing things that did not matter.
What do you mean, things that did not
So
matter?
I spent like a lot of time learning, which is good, right? I spent a lot of time learning, but I did a lot of stuff that wasn't contributing to like cash flow, or I wasn't very selected in a niche or anything like
But
that.
you were also, what, 16?
17, yeah.
Okay.
Slacker.
I should have been. I know.
Hashtag slacker.
I know. I should have made it earlier.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, man?
So then what?
I'm trying. So yeah, and then so I started doing just general online marketing stuff, like so capturing emails on leads, website design. I won a national award for website design. So I was just like constantly just learning and stuff. And then after that, I got invited to write at these publications. So entrepreneurbusiness.com, the Huffington Post, and publications like that. And then I didn't know like there was such high demand for people that wanted to be featured in these publications. But here's the kicker: if you write for those publications, you cannot write about clients, right? That is totally against rules because then there's like biases and things involved. But the space is so unsaturated. Like people want to get their story out there. People want to be in the limelight, right? It's very appealing to the ego. I love it.
So did you have to extricate yourself from writing for them? So that you
Yeah,
get their-
so I did it wrong. So I didn't know, right? I didn't take a class in journalism or anything like that. I was in the online marketing space. So what I did wrong is I actually wrote about my clients. And because of that, I got kicked to the curb. So every publication that I was writing for, I got kicked off of. And so I had to rebuild my way up and build those friendships and relationships. And in a way, I got a slap on the wrist because I was young.
So how
right?
did you do that? I mean, if you're kicked to the curb by Forbes and all these
Yeah.
successful companies, how do you build yourself back up from that?
So I wrote an apology to all of them, right? I told them my whole situation, like why I did it. I was naive. I saw other people were doing it, right? And honestly, I was a little kid. I was not in it for the, like right now, I'm in it for the long term. So I didn't want that mistake to be for the rest of my life.
Absolutely incredible.
So now how? So you're not writing for them, for your clients, so how do you work your clients? How does that work?
Right, so a lot of times they'll come to us and then we go to the journalists or the contributors that write at these publications and we figure out which one's the best fit. And it's tricky because it's not their bread and butter to write about people or any of that type of stuff. So we have to convince them in a way that, our client would love to be featured by you.
So
and
what's
would
the
that
secret
work?
to that? I mean, to really convincing somebody, here's the story.
Yeah. So it's easier for us because we did it right in the beginning. Our client does most of the work beforehand, right? Because it's like a Ty Lopez or because it's a Grant Cardone type person, who wouldn't want to feature them, right? So we chose our clients, great from the beginning, from the start. But we've also worked with people that aren't that big, and what we do then is go on smaller publications, use that as leverage to get them onto the big ones.
So you were you were press in the premiere of the film Think and Grow Rich.
Yes.
It's something that we are completely in alignment as far as knowing that our thoughts create what we're manifesting in our life.
Yeah.
How much of that played into this for you?
It's huge. Like manifestation is so big. If I'm not able to see the vision, everybody that's behind me is not able to see it either, right? I'm the one kind of like steering that wheel. I'm in control of like how this thing works, and they always keep me accountable. So I'm like super thankful for my team because they're amazing. But yeah, manifestation has a lot to do with it, right? If you believe it, if you can see it, it's true. If you go after it, it's gonna happen.
So what is your mission? What are you manifesting?
I've always wanted to be like the one, right? Like the one that everybody knows about, but hardly anyone talks about.
Who
Hardly
is that?
anyone.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, the one, the blue pill, the red pill. So, like, even when I was a little kid, I wanted to be like a WWE superstar. But I'm 5'1" and like 98 pounds, so that's not gonna happen. But I just, for some reason, I just always wanted that. So like that mission is like, for me to be that, I have to do that for my clients, right? Because if not, if I provide work that's not great, I won't get any clients.
Wow.
Right? I won't be able to
I
provide
love
for that.
So clearly, you inspire your clients and so many other people around the world. Who inspires you?
That's a good question. I think my parents for sure, because they taught me like from the beginning hard work. Like my dad was working like 3 jobs. They made me work out in the field so I can like empathize and all that type of stuff. And I realized like if he can work 3 jobs, come back home, still love his family, still provide, and show me what it is to be like a man, then I'm in like I have to provide for them. Like I don't have to, but I want to. So my parents inspire me a lot.
That's fantastic.
I love that. So where do you go from here? You're 21, you're having great success. Where do you go from here?
The only way up. I have no idea. No idea where that's at.
No ceilings.
Yeah. Just keep going from here. What I really want to do is be able to provide for everybody that's behind the camera right now, like my team and all that type of stuff. So right now I'm doing pretty well, but my goal is to have everybody do really well. My family.
I'm about to run behind the camera, just like be part of that group. It seems like a good group.
Let's just say he's got the best looking entourage I have ever
Right?
seen. And what does it take to be one of your clients? What would it look like to work with you?
So what's amazing now is like we've gotten to the point where we can take applications. Like usually what we're looking for is if it's going to make our job easier and if they have something that we align with, because we've gotten clients before where we're just not in direct alignment, and because of that I'm not able to fully support their vision. So that's my fault for taking on that project. But right now we're in a position where we want to work with the best of the best. We want to provide them everything that we can possible. And it's like a game of life for me. And I love that.
So wonderful. And I'm sure your entire team, we've been talking a lot about interns and mentorship and everything, and I'm sure they're learning so much just being in your consciousness and watching your whole thing. So what's that experience been like for you? What would you recommend for people out there that are solo entrepreneurs that are ready to go the next level? They want success and they have to build a team. You can't do it alone, right?
The biggest thing is my team, yes. 100% agreed. I used to be a diehard like solopreneur, because that was just me. I just want to do it myself. I want to beat you, and all that type of stuff. But it's not about that. Like it's about abundance. It's about having a team that supports you, and they're kind of like family, right? We go on these trips together, and in order to do what you want, on a bigger scale, you have to have a team, because the reality is you can't do it alone, right?
So
you don't have enough
tips
time.
on building a team?
Yes, create a timesheet of like. From 8 to 9, you do this and all that type of stuff. Write down your to-do list, and then find out what you can only do, what you can delegate, and then what you have to delete. Because a lot of things don't really matter.
And remember, it's a test.
I love that. Thank you so much for coming. How can people find you?
On Instagram at Ulysses, or at my website, ulyssesosuna.com.
So
Well,
great.
thank you so much. We're really excited for your journey. Stay
Thank you.
tuned. We'll
Thank
be back
you.
with more on Good Morning La La Land.
Hi everyone, thank you for tuning into This Week in Focus. My name is Victoria Simone, associate producer here at Focus TV Network, America's first live streaming daily talk show network, but you already knew that. And today, I am in the beautiful Los Angeles with my girl,
Jasmine Moye, co-host of Good Morning La La Land, coming to you from Bel Air, absolutely La La Land.
So last week on the Focus TV Network, we had Reshape with Ali Landry, and on that show was Gail Becker.
She is the creator of Cully Power Pizza. It's gluten-free, guilt-free, and absolutely delicious.
We had Soul Reboot with our amazing host, Allison Charles.
And a special guest, Sahara Rose.
We had What's Good, hosted by Amy Paffrath and Justin Walter, and on that show was
Heartbroken Anonymous.
Naz Perez. We had hashtag Harry and Kelly with our amazing hosts Harry Howard and Kelly Russo. And on that show,
Focus TV family member, Ms. Laura Odegaard, host of Millennial
we
Life.
love you. Ms. Jeslyn Moye, who was on Good Morning La La Land.
We were absolutely motivated by Natalie Ellis. She is the creator of The Boss Babe. Yes, she is the OG Boss Babe.
Yes.
We also had Lori Harder, as well as Therese Germain, who's created a new dating and life counseling service called The Compass, really giving us a new direction.
We had Focus TV family Sally Colon.
She is a filmmaker extraordinaire, female director, producer, and documentarian.
Yes.
And also,
Another Focus TV family member, Tanya Memi.
Absolutely living it. And we are so excited to announce the latest issue of the Focus magazine. Gracing the cover is Miss Kelly Gore. She is the filmmaker behind Heal. In these pages, you'll find a great article, Not All Heroes Wear Capes, about Sally Cologne. Also on the cover, Mr. Mark Teschner, 9-time Emmy Award-winning producer, as well as Ms. Ellen Racketon. She served as one of the executive producers on Oprah Winfrey's show for 23 years and has won an enormous 13 Emmys for her creative work.
Thanks so much for tuning in to This Week in Focus. Have a great day, guys. I'm Victoria Simone.
It's going to be a good morning, La La Land. Live from Los Angeles, welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We'd like to welcome to the show Nadia Lee. She has been reinventing fashion retail in the age of social media. Congratulations on the massive success of Collected.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to be able to work with you, to wear the jewelry. It's been a really amazing experience.
Oh, thank you. We'd love to have you as one of our influencers as well.
It's such a cool concept of what you guys are up to. Tell us about the concept and how you're working, how you're bringing fashion to the next level.
Yeah, so basically Collectin is a social commerce app, or it's just a mobile app really for you to shop jewelry from the contemporary jewelry designers that are available right now through influencers. So we usually say influencer, maybe, you know, for us, maybe it's just a woman of influence, someone who has influence among their friends, maybe among their social group. Also, we have professional influencers as well. So our influencers range from someone who has like 1,000 following to 1 million following. So that's kind of where we started because I've been in the industry for about 20 years. So I kind of created Collectin because I saw a need and I wanted to change the market as well, the way it's being done.
So educate me more. Pretend like I've never heard of what an influencer is or whatever. So you basically take the brand, the designers and the people at influencer, and you help them wear the influencers wear the collection. Correct?
Yes. So back in the days, 20 years ago, I've been in the industry for so long in the industry. So back in the days, there are all these boutiques, and they would come and shop designers like myself. We would have a brand, and then you would go buy wholesale and then put it in your boutique. But nowadays, as you know, the distribution channel is kind of disrupted. There's not that many boutiques, not even that many stores left. So we wanted, and then we were beginning to work with a lot of influencers because that is the way to go. So what we did is we built like virtual retail stores on the app for these influencers who are now functioning as a store owner. They go and pick and curate the jewelry they like from the different designers. So it could be designers like myself, it could be designers like Rebecca Minkoff, Kenneth J. Lane, whoever they like. So they function as a buyer. They do what they do best, which is to curate the jewelry. They know what looks good on them. They put it in their little virtual store and they promote it to their audience. So whether it's their friends and family or their followers on social media channel, it's however they want to be entrepreneurial.
And it's really cool because a lot of these pieces are very, very chic, but very accessible. I mean, your price point really, it's a nice range and it's not intimidating.
Yes. So because the idea is you're virtually replicating the model of a retail store and a wholesale model. So as a store owner, you get to open up your store. So if you're an influencer, you open up your store and you get to buy things at wholesale. So if you're buying for your own store, like if you were to dip into your own retail store, you would just be buying it at wholesale. And we actually do extend that privilege to the store owner. But of course, if you shop outside to someone else's boutique, you'll have to pay retail. And that only is right because an influencer would then make the difference and be able to monetize their following.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it's their store.
It seems like this is the entire wave of marketing. I mean, it really comes down to who truly has community, and this is so important, I think, for all of us. And I really truly believe that this is our nature is to be in community. You know, we used to have tribal kind of community. Everyone's kind of been divided, and now everyone is going to have to come together in like-mindedness and building community and having these things. So fashion is such an interesting community.
Yes.
Where do you see the fashion industry going?
Well, the fashion is changing so fast. So fashion designers are like ourselves. We're like learning to catch up. So fashion it's like everyone needs fashion. And so it's going to keep evolving, but if we don't support the designers, it's not going to get innovative because our designs are going to get shot down. We don't have the audience to sell to. So when I started, I had this big dream that I'm going to help all the jewelry designers like myself because I just want to survive. And that's kind of where I started it. But then I see fashion, as long as we support the designers, we support the people behind the creative, then it'll go forward. It'll continue to go forward and inspire other people to love fashion as well.
Who inspires you, Nadia?
Me? Oprah.
Me too. That's a good pick.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I want to be a little Asian Oprah. Because I saw her a very powerful woman, very smart, intelligent, and she's also a minority, and I'm kind of a minority too. So yeah, I looked up to her, and I used to watch her shows in college. Yeah, so yeah, she's my,
She's
We
been
all love Oprah.
she was an OG influencer, right? Amazing, right?
She's the first major influencer.
So if I would say that I am out there somewhere in the world and I have a
Yes.
social media account,
Yes.
okay, and I want to be an influencer and I want to, partner with you and participate, how can I get involved?
Yeah, you just contact us.
Yeah, it's that easy, yeah.
It's that easy. Or if you have a friend who invites you, it's like a referral service. And then we just look at you and see, we have some criterias that you have to meet. Invite some friends. We got to make sure you actually have friends, that you actually love jewelry. Just simple criterias. And there's different levels of influence that you can work your way up to. So we won't just like throw you in there with all of our big influencers that have like 1 million followers. We'll start you off and we'll teach you and coach you, show you how to take photos, how to upload photos, how to wear jewelry. I mean, jewelry posing, it's actually a whole art by itself. There's different ways to pose, different ways to show off jewelry.
I feel like Jeslin's neck
Yes.
and nailed that this whole entire thing. She's just perfect.
The whole interview, she's
Organic.
Well, we're really excited because you have a pop-up shop that's opening
Yes.
tomorrow
Yep.
on Melrose,
Yes.
7547 Melrose Avenue. If you're in
Yes.
Los Angeles, definitely pop by. It's going to be open for the next 10 days. I'm
Yes.
actually going to be there next Thursday, and I'll keep reminding you of that La La Land every single day. So tell us a little bit about the shop.
So the whole idea is that we wanted to just showcase all the jewelry and the designers and also the influencers' virtual boutiques in a place that people can go to and just check it out. So we have a pop-up for 10 days, and the whole theme is about women empowerment because we want to encourage all the women to come and check it out and to learn to be entrepreneurial, to kind of talk to other women of influence, to talk to other just women entrepreneurs. So we have people from like founders of beauty companies, to influencers like Jesline, I even invited my plastic surgeon friends to give a little bit talk about how what women need and how to approach a doctor, for example. I mean, just all sorts of things that are interest to women. And also a little bit of, we even have workshops on how to increase your social media engagement, how to become an influencer, so
And
all sorts of things.
There's more
Yeah.
information about the panels and who's going to be featured every day
Yes.
on Eventbrite, correct?
Yes, exactly. Yes, and you can RSVP.
Perfect. RSVP on Eventbrite, find Collected. Where can people follow you?
At Collectin, or you can contact us, hello@collectin.com.
Perfect.
With a K.
Yes, with a K. Yes.
And come meet me at their pop-up shop on 7547 Melrose next Thursday. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more on Good Morning La La Land. So excited about that.
I love her
It'll be
dress.
fun.
So great.
Yeah.
We're supposed to have 300 today. We're hoping to fit in that.
Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We are here with the first and only female NBA scout, Bonnie Jill Laughlin.
What?
Thank you so much
The
for coming.
only
Thanks for having me.
female
It's
scout.
perfect.
Right?
NBA draft is tonight, so
I know, it's
timing,
perfect
right?
timing. It's divine
Yes.
timing.
The draft is tonight?
Yes.
What does that even mean? What is your role in this?
Well, I used to work for the Lakers. I worked for the Lakers for 10 years, and so what we would do is, all season long we would look at, talent, and so I would scout Pac-12 and Big 12 conferences, and then we would, put in our scouting reports, and then, always have meetings, and then today is the big day, as you know, probably Robin. It's, a day of, trying to get the best players to make sure to have some player that can impact your team for the future.
You're a badass. Let's just face the fact. You're
Yeah.
you're cruising around, checking the team. Like, what does that look like? What is that life like?
It's crazy. It's not glamorous at all.
Oh, really?
You're on the road 3, 4 times, a week, scouting, checking out talent, watching game after game after game, going to tournaments, and, sometimes watching 5 or 6 games a day. So I loved it. I was there with the Lakers when we were in our heydays. I won 5 championship rings, so I can't complain. And, with the best organization in the world, and was honored to be there. But then I wanted to move on and get back into my sportscasting to be able to cover all sports.
So how did you develop your eye for scouting?
I was actually covering the Lakers at the time for KCAL CBS, and I really just had a love for the game since I was a little girl, and I really could break down the triangle offense. And Phil Jackson said, not too many girls can break down the triangle offense.
Not too many people can break down. That's not even
know what that is.
No
What is
offense
that?
means.
What
Was
is
it-
that?
It's the offense that Phil Jackson ran.
for the
And-
Chicago Bulls when
Okay.
Michael Jordan was.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so I just always had that love for it and could pick talent, and not just because I'm a female, I just had an eye for talent. People always say, oh, is it because you're a female? No, I just, I happen to be a female, but I am someone that could look for talent and see, what I thought could end up being a diamond in the rough, or someone that could end up being, the next, Kobe or whoever.
I'm very curious though, because you are the first and only female NBA scout. What is it like? I mean, really, truly, you're working with only men.
Right.
What's that experience been like for you?
Well, I love working with men, but sometimes it was, it was tough. It was, always kind of an uphill battle. I was always under a microscope, regardless of what I did. Even times where I shouldn't be, I was always having to prove myself every day, throughout the 10 years. So it was always an uphill battle, but I loved it. I'm one of those people that prove me wrong, and I'll make sure to show you that I can do this.
But
You know
what
what
would
I
you
mean?
say to women who
So-
are in kind of a similar experience in that, to really own your femininity? I mean, you're in hot pink,
Yeah,
you're
hot
totally
pink.
glammed up. I mean, you
Well,
are.
it's Good Morning LA. I had to do that.
But really, I mean, you're still like stepping into your feminine divine and embracing that power. Not a lot of women can do that when they're surrounded by only men.
And I love that you said that, because I did still want to embrace who I was. The first time, a funny story, the first time that I scouted, I was wearing these baggy sweats and I had a ball cap, my hair pulled up. And Brian Shaw, one of the assistants for the Lakers, said, BJ, what are you doing? Why are you walking like a guy? Why are you what are you dressing as? I said, well, I just kind of want to fit in.
Yeah.
He goes, you don't need to fit in. He goes, your credibility, your knowledge for the game is going to show. Just be you, and everything else will, come over time. And it was funny that he said that, because I was trying to fit in with the boys club. And there's a lot of scouts that I say have been scouting since dinosaur ages. They're, who is this female? And my background, I was a model. I was a cheerleader. So they're thinking, I heard one scout say, oh, is she going to scout players in a bikini? And I had to kind of take all that and say, you know what, I have, luckily I have thick skin, but you heard all of that. And I said, that's fine. I understand. I'm not going to say you're going to accept me right away, but it did take time. And after a while, once they talked, shop with me, they're like, oh, okay, let's take down, what she looks like or what she's done. She actually knows the game.
Well, yeah, and once you receive a compliment like she understands triangle offense, I mean, it's hard to express, because it was an offense that was created by Phil Jackson for the Chicago Bulls that even players like Michael Jordan struggled with to understand.
Right.
And,
A lot of
really get the
players
hang out.
couldn't run it, you
Yeah,
know
they
that.
resisted. Yeah, they hated it. They couldn't run it.
Right.
So that's like the highest compliment, one of the highest compliments you receive.
So question for you. Okay, so with the Me Too movement and Time's Up and all that, what do you, because obviously being in that environment, you're going to get hit on sometimes, you're going to be objectified sometimes, you're going to, how have you dealt with situations?
I took it in stride. It's a good question, because a lot of times you wonder, how would I deal with situations? I was one of those that kind of nipped in the butt immediately. I let them know, okay, I understand you may think you can cross these lines, but you're not going to. And if it gets to a point where I feel uncomfortable, like I'm telling you right now and conveying this, I will now take it to the owner or,
Did you
someone
have
else
to
in my front office.
verbally say that?
There were times, yeah. Yes, there was.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you have a pretty mean right hook anyway.
I do.
I just have a sense of that.
Yeah, that's why I box, you know.
I'm very curious because, you know, I have all these meetings and these conversations, and sometimes, you know, just genuine interest in business gets misconstrued, and they think, oh, she wants to date me. Well, no, I don't want to date you. I want to have a business conversation.
Right, and that's very true.
Do you face that, and how do you navigate that?
I know, I think I just, you know, I am also kind of a tomboy, so I think certain times where someone else might be offended, I wasn't, you know, and I kind of just was able to just know, okay, you know, I know that there's gonna be a lot of things that are gonna come with the territory, and I'm not condoning anyone's behavior, but this was new, like having a female come in, you know, it was different for them, and so I kind of understood that it was going to take some time for certain people to adjust, and they did, and you know, I love my experiences, and there was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. There were times where I cried and said, I don't want to go back to work tomorrow, but I persevered, and now I just really push that women, if they put their mind to anything, they can accomplish anything, whether it's a man's world or not.
So would you say, if you summed it up, it's having clear communication, and anytime you feel like there's any feeling of anything weird, then you communicate
right away.
Right,
and you know,
okay.
some people kind of feel, oh, am I going to get fired, or am I going to, people going to look down on me? No, say something right away, whether it's that person directly or, you know, whoever, and usually they respect that, and then it's done.
Speaking of clear communication, you're also now a Fox Sports reporter, right? So tell us a little bit about that experience, because I see you're all over the world.
Yeah, you know, I love all sports, and so, you know, I love being able to report on all the different sports, from football, basketball, baseball, and then horse racing. I just got done covering the Belmont to see my friend Mike Smith win the Triple Crown. So, you know, it's fun, you know, I love sports. It's like my passion, and so, you know, sports is basically me. You know, animals, military are what I support in my charity work, and then sports is my love, my career.
Tell us a little bit about some of your charity work.
Yeah, I have a charity called Hounds and Heroes that I founded in 2011, and we rescue dogs from the shelter, and then we pair them up with wounded warriors that are suffering from PTSD, TBI, amputees, and then we also rescue horses. I rescue 26 horses from slaughter, and then we do equine therapy and have wounded warriors come out to, you know, have equine therapy as well as disabled children, and you know, different, you know, just animals are very therapeutic, whether, you know, you have a disability or, you know, struggling mentally. I mean, for me, like my dog, I can be in a bad mood, my dog wags his tail, and I'm like, life's not that bad. You know?
You
What's your dog
the whole package.
Oh gosh, how many? I have a lot. We have 13 dogs.
13 dogs?
Yeah, that we've rescued on our ranch, but mine just that are in my house right now are Joe Montana,
Joe Montana.
Will Chamberlain, yeah, and Jacqueline Chan and Faith Hill.
Oh my God.
And Faith Hill.
They're all OGs.
Yeah.
Yes, and they're very proud. And then I've got 3 cats: Johnny Cash, Patsy Cline, and Lady Annabelle.
So I do want to just give a shout out also to Angelica, who you work with, right?
Yes,
and
she's amazing.
Amazing. Big shout out.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, incredible woman, and all about empowering women. So just want to know you're the whole package in a pink dress. Is what I gotta say.
Thank you. I normally don't wear pink, but I thought, you know, it's morning.
I love it.
Yeah, that's right.
As they said in Focus magazine right here, you're the Bonnie Jill of all trades and the master of every single
And
one
that
of
was
them.
such a fun shoot. Everyone at Focus magazine is, you know, they just treat you like family. It's so nice. You know, class act.
Well, you are part of our family here. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes,
with us
thank you for
today.
having me, y'all.
Absolutely.
Tell people where they can follow you.
I'm at BJ Laughlin on Twitter and at Bonnie Jill on Instagram and Facebook. And then Hounds and Heroes is my charity. And go Lakers.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more Good Morning La La Land.
Welcome back to Thought Thursday. We are so excited, amazing, incredible conversations, conscious conversations, and we want to ask you guys the question of the day, which is how do you replicate? How do you delegate and replicate yourself?
For me,
Yeah.
I have a really good partner. So my husband supports me. He takes care of all the things for me. But of course, really, at the end of the day, it's a really great group of women who supported me at the office. So it's just good people.
So
yeah.
you mentioned your husband. I know you co-founded this company
Yes,
together.
yes.
What's the secret of power coupling like that? I mean, working so closely with your spouse can't be easy all the time.
Oh yeah, just sit at different sides of the office.
Space.
Get
Space helps.
Yes, that's really it. And keep it simple, you know? And there's rules that we don't talk about work after work.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
good one.
That's
so-
Probably a tough one as well.
Yes,
That's hard,
yeah,
yeah.
because we do work together in the same office 24/7.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh no.
Erin's like,
Just
I
kidding.
can
No.
barely deal with myself 24 hours. With somebody else. It's a lot. What about you, Ulysses?
Yeah, so I write timesheets. So I write down exactly what I do every day, and I figure out what I can only do, what I can delegate, and what doesn't matter, so I delete it.
I love that.
So,
do you
Great
ever write
advice.
down stuff you've already done on
um,
that to-do list?
yeah, multiple times. Like on the to-do list, it'll be like the same thing over and over, like 3 different times, because I haven't gotten it done yet. So I was like, oh, I remember I have to do this, and I'll put it down. But
And then doesn't it feel good when you get to check off 3, not
yep,
just 1,
yep,
right?
Definitely, definitely.
It's the mind games. It's all about
I
the mind
know.
games.
What platform do you use?
Google Docs.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
super simple. So I just keep it there.
Perfect.
I wish I was as good as them. I'm so like a chicken with its head cut off. I have like no balance. I feel like sometimes I just try to do as much as I can. But I think having a great team and family and friends that kind of help me. I think that, and my animals, I think they keep me sane.
Well, yeah, all 35 of them.
I know. Right. So many. So yes.
You wonder why you have no balance. Well, I like to say that I'd like to replicate myself 3 times over so I could just spend more time with this little love bug from Haskell. So,
And she's a rescue.
she is a rescue. We just love her and all the love that she
Right.
provides. No, it's interesting though. It's hard to lead a team because I feel almost guilty delegating, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I should be able to do everything myself.
Yep.
Why should I ask anybody to do it for me? How do I get over that?
Age will cure you of that. I'm sorry to jump in. Age will cure you of that real quick.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not that good at that. Like, I'm very like lenient, like, oh, okay, like, are you getting this done and stuff like that. So I legit hired 2 other people to actually be like the reinforcers. Like, hey, are you doing this? Are you doing that? Because I know I'm not that good at that. I like to just like have my work and then just do that. So somebody else is kind of like managing them.
Is their
and,
job
like,
title reinforcer?
Because
Because I like that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that'd
I
be
need
cool,
a
though.
professional like wing reinforcer person with me all the time.
Yeah, I need
Accountability.
them. I need those people.
It's really just like practice. And then I have a daily huddle in the morning, so like a 5-minute huddle, and then I start delegating everything away. So there's nothing on my plate except for some general stuff that I like to do.
And then
So-
you really get to be like free and
Yes,
creative. Are you
yes.
still designing on it?
Yes, I am. Yeah. So I still dedicate like a couple hours a week, and also like every season I would do like a week. Going to the factory, I would lock myself in a room for like 8 hours, and I would design for like 3-4 days in a row. So I still enjoy it. So I
What's
do
that
it.
process like for you? Do you sketch it out?
Yes, I'm very manual. I actually like to draw everything. I like to have my highlighters, and I like to circle things and draw things. Yeah, so I'm still very manual. Then I have all my notes, and then I give it to everybody who have to turn it into a Photoshop. Which is really, I feel bad for them. Yeah.
But you delegated.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
Right.
practice.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do think I personally feel it a huge part of the delegation. Like delegation becomes easier, right, when you delegate to people things that they either enjoy or they're strong at.
for
Like, and then it's not nearly a problem that it would be otherwise. If you just delegate to people like anything and everything, regardless of what their strengths are and what they enjoy. Well, yeah, then I would both feel guilty, and it would be ineffective, I think.
Yeah, we talk a lot about personality tests and making sure people are in their genius.
I think it's also important to be able to say no sometimes. I'm one of those that says yes to everything.
Me too.
Right, you're supposed to see right there.
And then all of a sudden you're like overwhelmed, and so it's okay to sometimes say no. Like my parents have to remind me, like you don't have to say yes to every single charity event, to every single, because I'm one of those that says yeah, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I gonna like be able to like be at 2 places at once,
Yeah, I'm literally
So-
like negative time.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep, and I'm somehow still missing 2 hours of my day.
And that's me, yeah. And
Yeah.
so now, I have to realize, kind of prioritize, and just make sure that there's times where you can say no. It's okay,
Do you
I
find
have to
it
learn that.
easier to say no and to prioritize when you know what you're optimizing your life for. Because I found that, like when I was just not sure what I was optimizing my life for, I was doing everything and saying yes to everything. And at some point I was like, you know what? A lot of this stuff doesn't contribute to the end goal, and the end goal for me is happiness. So if it's, that helped. But do you guys optimize for anything specific? I mean, clearly success.
Yeah.
Just keeping focus,
Yeah.
like what the end goal is, and know that there are limits, and then it happens.
Focus,
Yeah, 100%. That's why like I write that stuff down. That way I know like, okay, does it actually matter, or am I just doing busy work, or am I doing something that doesn't lead me towards an end goal? Then I'll just delete it. But yeah.
Like you said, Rob, it's like prioritizing and just like seeing the end goal and what matters and what's going to really make you happy at the end of the day. Because some stuff you do, it's making everyone else happy, but not yourself.
So
You know what I
true.
mean?
So, Instagram is like such a game, and you have to worry about your captions and all of this. If you were to like caption where you're at right now, what would it be? Like overall, it doesn't have to be right here on this couch, but like where you're at in your life right now, what would that caption be?
Let's not start with Bonnie J. I can see the look in her face. Let's not start with her.
I don't know. I'm very curious. Mine would be woke up this way.
Woke up this way.
Nice.
Mine would probably be Dream Team, because this is like one of the first times where everybody's coming along, and it feels really really great. Like even the times where like it's irritating or something, you're doing it with your team, with your family. So it's definitely like the Dream Team.
I feel like that image is like you and all these gorgeous men of your entourage,
Yeah.
just walking and getting it. Dream.
Walking
Right?
into music
Yeah,
and-
exactly. That's fully a boomerang. I mean, that is a boomerang caption.
We should do that after this.
Yeah.
Me, just nervous and excited.
At the same time.
Oh man, me? I would, I thought it was all about the guest. I would say that for me it would just be a hashtag with nothing following it, because for me the challenge is just to be quiet here. I don't want anything following that hashtag. I just want it to be the hashtag. So it would be silence essentially, but I think even writing the word silence would be a bit ironic.
Yeah.
I don't want to write it, I want to be it.
I would caption you tapped in, tuned in,
Ooh,
turned on. Did
you
I
got
do it
it.
right?
Yes, Jess.
I never do it right.
I love that.
You're perfect.
I think I'm all about allowing, the art of allowing right now, like allowing beautiful people to come in, allowing that team to, and allowing to delegate and not try and control it, just allowing. There's such abundance in the universe, and allowing to just receive that.
That was
for sure.
fire. Love that one. For sure.
Yeah, and you're allowing us to do that with all of your genius and your time and your talent and your light. Thank you so much for being here today. We're really excited to be a part of your community and welcome you to be a part of ours here at Focus TV. We are Good Morning La La Land, America's first live streaming daily talk show, coming to you Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Now also available on Apple TV and iTunes as a podcast.
That's right. So like, share, comment, you guys. We're waking up the world together. There's also Instagram TV officially just launched, so we're going to be on there as well. So you guys have a wonderful day, and may you live your truth.
It's going to be a good morning, La La Land.